Welcome back to the Activist Training Lab video course. In our last video, we talked about recruitment, and today we're going to be talking about retention. And this is the second video in our recruitment and leadership development series. For the purposes of this video, we're going to define retention as keeping people consistently engaged over time. So when we recruit people to take action, like signing a petition, coming to a meeting, knocking on doors, attending a protest, we don't want that to be the only action they take. We hope that they will participate in the movement more than once, staying involved over an extended time period. Some movements and campaigns retain people better than others. So I've been part of campaigns where you almost never see the same person twice because there's kind of like a rotating cast of people coming in and out the door. But I've also been part of movements where there's a lot of stability and the same people are engaged for months or even years. And there's really that sense of having a core team. So let's take a look at some of the factors that impact retention and see why some movements are able to retain people better than others are. There are lots of reasons why people might join or stay in a movement. It could be to meet people and make friends. It could be because they care about an issue and want to make an impact. It could be because they want to build new skills or put something on their resume. And if a movement is going to keep people around, it has to address and fulfill some of these common motivations. So here are 4 things that you can focus on to address these motivations and improve retention in your movement: relationships, importance of mission, importance of role, and culture. So let's look at each of these in turn. People often join movements because they want to make friends, be part of a community, or meet like-minded people. Even people who join a movement for other reasons, like gaining career experience, will still be more likely to stay if they connect with people and feel like part of a community. As an organizer or movement leader, you can be intentional about fostering social relationships within your campaign or movement. For example, you can set aside time in meetings for icebreakers or to chat before diving into campaign business. You can organize optional social events after campaign meetings and actions, like grabbing a drink at a local brewery around the corner at the end of a meeting. You can also organize standalone social events like potlucks, game nights, or anything else you can think of in order to give people a chance to get to know each other and have fun. And another key thing you can do is make sure that you and other movement leaders are having consistent one-on-one meetings with people involved in the campaign. And we'll talk more about one-on-ones in an upcoming video. Now for importance of mission. As we discussed before, many people join movements because they feel like the cause is important, something they believe in or something they're passionate about. Or people might join the movement on a whim, but over time become inspired by the movement's goals and stick around. As an organizer, you should be intentional about reminding people of the importance of the movement's mission whenever you can. You can do this by kicking off meetings and actions by talking about the big picture, the problem the movement is addressing, your vision of a better future, and the movement's strategy to get there. Another great practice is having different people in the movement share their personal stories and motivations for joining. And you can have them do this at the beginning of meetings, as part of storytelling workshops or events, on social media, and other ways. You can also recommend books, articles, videos, and other resources that relate to the movement's cause and the importance of the issue to keep people engaged and inspired. And overall, the important thing is to give people frequent opportunities to remember why they care about and connect with the mission. Closely related to importance of mission is importance of role. People need to see the big picture and also how they fit into that big picture. People want to feel like their individual contributions are valuable, meaningful, and impactful. The most important part of this is simply making sure that people have roles and giving everyone opportunities to take on responsibility or leadership. It's also critical to make sure you're articulating to people why their role matters and how it's part of the big picture. So don't just ask people to do something, ask them to do it and explain how doing it will support the movement as a whole. And finally, it's important to recognize and thank people for their hard work and contributions. So setting aside time to tell volunteers individually or collectively how important they are to the success of the movement. And finally, that brings us to culture. This one is the trickiest and also the most nebulous. Speaking generally, people are more likely to stay in a movement if they feel that the culture is healthy, positive, and welcoming, and they're more likely to drop out if they feel a movement's culture is unhealthy, toxic, or exclusive. The difficult thing is that people have different ideas of what a good movement culture looks like, also different preferences, which are informed by our diverse backgrounds, identities, and perspectives. So it's very difficult to kind of pin down what a good culture is. Here are some things that are generally good to just keep in mind. The first is that your movement should be welcoming and inclusive to people of different identities and backgrounds. So, learning about justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, or JEDI, and incorporating JEDI principles into your movement can help with creating a welcoming and inclusive culture. And the second is that movements need channels for people to give and receive feedback in a healthy and respectful way. It's important to develop a culture where people can share their opinions and ideas, speak up when they feel something is wrong, or explain something that has hurt them or impacted them negatively. And feedback allows our movements to grow, improve, and thrive over time and makes people feel respected and valued. And we'll talk more about creating strong feedback cultures in a future video. I want you to keep these 4 factors of retention, relationships, importance of mission, importance of role, and culture in your mind as we go through the rest of the recruitment and leadership development series, because we're going to keep coming back to these factors over and over as we cover skills like one-on-one meetings, leadership ladders, leadership pitches, and so much more. I'm really looking forward to covering that with all of you, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel or visit our website for more Activist Training Lab content. Thanks for watching.